You're listening to the RMPodcast, the official podcast of Red Moon Productions. Here are your hosts, Brandon Davidson, Keith Cheatham, and Sean Sebastian. Enjoy.
Welcome to hell. That's right, guys. It's another episode of the Red Moon Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Brandon Davidson, alongside our normal new host,
Sean Sebastian.
And
Keith Cheatham.
Oh, he's ready to cut into it. That's right, guys. We're here. We finally made it. We teased it last week. We are not, absolutely not holding back. We're going to dive right into it, right at the top of the show here.
We're going to die.
It's like we kind of debated. We debated on whether or not we were going to wait till our actual Vices segment
at the end
because
of the show.
that is this week's segment. However, somebody's sound is up. I'm just hearing somebody.
Sorry about that.
But we debated on it, and we're changing up the order this week because our Vices it's gonna take a while to get through. And we know a lot of people have anticipated this. I know Keith and Sean, you guys are. Yes. You're gloved up. You got the pepper on the plate.
We're gloved up.
Now, here's the thing. You all are not consuming.
Pepper.
Oh, there it is. There's the beautiful pepper.
We has pepper.
There it is. Look at
there
it.
we go.
Oh,
there,
yeah.
It's
It's so shriveled up and like small.
It's
and
that's
something.
Reaper. You talking about me?
It's like, what's the line from
Oh,
Lord of the
yeah.
Rings? It's like the world should.
Do you need a box?
No, we should suffer over so small a thing or something. I can't remember.
I like the end of it.
You know what, guys? Here we are. We're going to cut to it right now. Let's just get it over with. This is our Vices segment right at the top of the show. Oh, they're already pouring the milk. They're getting it ready.
Getting it ready.
They have to because, yes, that's right. The Reaper is coming for Keith and Sean. You guys are you all are pretty much prepared, right?
Yeah.
Keith, you're ready?
We
Sean?
don't fear the
I
Reaper.
love
Are
milk.
you? Oh, that was good. Well, we're about to find out if you do or not. All right, guys. Keith, can you angle your camera down to maybe get a shot of the pepper while you cut it to get it ready?
We'll try.
Don't forget
Let's
to
see.
ball
We're
them
not
up.
doing a whole pepper
Oh,
each
yeah.
because we're not.
There
we're
you
not
go. Oh, yeah.
insane. I'm trying.
Here, I got you. I'll get you. I'll help you out. I'll be the camera op. I got it. There it is.
There it is.
So go ahead and get that. Yeah, get that
We're
cut.
just going to.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. They are not eating the entire pepper.
No,
They are just
no.
they're just going to.
Oh God, it looks like death
Oh my
inside.
gosh.
Okay, so I'm thinking-
smell
Bring
it
that up.
already.
Bring
I'm
that up
thinking
close
you
to the
take-
camera.
You take the half.
Show
You
the
want me to do
seeds
it,
in
or-
there.
Yeah, I can smell it. I want to get rid of the knife somehow.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. I'm not touching it. I'm a pansy,
Oh, I got it.
and I'm not touching this at all. Oh, you're doing. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Just to put it in the
Yeah, it's like
Ziploc
O.J.
bag.
Simpson did it that way.
Yeah.
All right, so you all both have your halves. Keith, you
So-
go ahead and get the camera set back up. Oh, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, you
'cause-
do that. I don't want to touch anything.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be okay. Hold on. I gotta get you framed
No,
too.
that'll work for right now, I think.
Okay. Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
we'll get the boxes figured
We're
out
going
here in a
up
second.
here. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
So upon cutting it, I can
Mhm.
immediately smell
It
the
released. Yeah.
heat. Yeah, you could smell
You
it.
could smell it.
Mhm.
I can't over here. Thank God.
Yeah, like
Sean, you're
oh
sniffing it.
god,
Oh my God.
like
It just smells like death.
Just
I don't
Just
want to
take a
smell.
smell.
All right, hold on.
Just-
Hold
Yeah,
on.
just don't touch it.
don't get close. No,
All right,
no,
hold
you
on.
don't even have to touch the plate. You can
I'll
just,
touch the plate. I'll.
Just be careful. I don't want you to boing yourself.
Ooh man,
Yeah, you
I
can-
don't.
You can smell it. He's gonna get a little out of himself.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna end up like I do not. I'm a pansy. I don't want to be any part of this. None of this. All right, Keith, are you gonna be first up
Well, I think we're gonna do it
I think we.
side by side
together?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
hold on. I gotta set it. So Keith, yeah, you get over to that
Oh,
side.
I'm good.
Sean,
I'm
you're good there. All right, let's get the boxes up. So go
I'm
ahead.
gonna go ahead and get a drink of milk.
Okay.
Preparing.
This is great. This is so good. They're mentally preparing for this.
Yeah. Did you put your lip balm on?
I did.
You got the lime
Braden
juice?
Braden says it doesn't count if you don't eat the whole one.
We
but
can't do
Here's
it.
the thing.
Pansies.
We
Shut up.
can't.
All right. They're grabbing it.
All right, we're just biting the bottom part, right?
Whatever you want to bite.
However big a bite you want to take,
Wait a minute,
you
let me
go
get-
ahead.
let me get my garbage can.
They've got a bucket and a garbage
I just want to
can.
see how hot it is. I'm not trying to ingest the pepper.
Right,
'cause,
no, we're gonna spit.
we
You
both
got
have-
you got to let it soak in
we
your mouth
both
though.
have to be at work early in the morning, so
You're gonna be-
we
yep.
can't call off, unfortunately.
All right, here goes.
All right, here we are.
Do it.
You going?
Yeah, Keith's in it. He said,
God.
Put it. Yeah, spit it out. Spit it out.
Woo!
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Keith and
Oh,
Sean
my
both.
God. I'm gonna try.
Oh, Keith's
Ugh,
getting the bucket.
I spit. I had to spit out.
Y'all can do whatever now. You've done taking a bite. Oh, they're about to. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Shit, he's right.
Oh, it keeps getting worse.
Woo,
Oh.
just breathe, guys. Just breathe.
Woo!
Oh man, it's.
Oh,
I have
swallowed.
the. Don't swallow.
I did. I swallowed the spit. Oh
He
God.
just saw this. You may want to take the gloves off now.
I'm swishing the milk and spitting it. Oh shit.
Yeah, you may. No. Look,
I'm
this is
trying
the
not
one.
to-
This
to
is the
drop-
one episode
Woo!
we're not worried about
Woo!
language.
It's
Uh,
getting hotter. It's getting hotter. It's getting way hotter.
Oh my
Oh
God.
God, it's building. Oh.
Can you give me any kind of description? What?
I'm sorry.
There's F-bombs. There's F-bombs
Oh, my
being
God.
dropped.
Oh God.
Oh.
God, it's hot. Oh my God.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
it's giving me a headache, Keith.
Oh, he's got the lime juice. The lime juice. Take the lime.
Help. Help.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, I would
it's under my tongue.
I know.
I would be dying.
Oh, it's underneath. Oh.
I would be having a heart attack right now. There's no way. There's no
Okay.
way I'd get through this.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my gosh. She just gargled up milk. Oh my gosh. Y'all have a whole gallon. Don't be afraid to use it. You got a whole
It's getting
gallon.
worse.
Just
Still going. It doesn't stop.
Just we got 20 minutes. 20 minutes is what they said.
It's in my throat.
Oh gosh, he did swallow it.
Oh my
No,
God.
no, I didn't swallow it. It's just it's making its way back there.
Oh
It's
my.
on my lips. The lip balm is not helping.
I put someone right, like, oh, nope, you're right. The lip balm's not helping.
It's not helping. It was supposed
It was
to.
helping at first. Woo!
Oh man.
Neil
Oh
wants
my
to know what we're
goodness.
feeling. I think we're feeling a lot of
Yeah, can y'all
pain.
I
describe
don't know
it?
if you can see my face up close, but my eyes are watering and I have sweat underneath my eyes. And my forehead is. Oh, God. It's sweating.
Oh my
It's-
gosh.
I have this weird head
Oh.
rush. Like it's like
It hurts to talk.
woo.
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
first of all, my sinuses are completely like clear.
Mm-hmm.
There
There they are. They're just sitting there, and they're both going through it right now.
Oh, my God. Every time I swallow, it gets worse.
That's
Terrible.
This is
you
really
puking? Oh my
this is really gross. I'm not gonna show it, but this pepper, because I threw the rest of the pepper.
Well, here,
No. I threw the rest of the pepper in this bucket that I've been spitting milk into.
Show it to the camera.
No,
Show
no,
it to the camera.
No.
I want to
no.
see everything.
It's gross.
I want to see it
The
all.
pepper is in this bucket with the milk, and the milk is actually curdling in the bucket. That's how hot. No, that's how hot the pepper is.
Oh man, he's. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I'd be having a heart attack right now.
Oh, my God.
The devil spit did me in, and I
apologize.
can't even imagine.
For my language.
Oh, I think I see tears
Yeah, I
coming
apologize.
from.
Oh, he's
from
crying.
Sean's.
He's crying right now. Keith's not far behind.
Never
He's
did
sort
take
of.
my damn- I need to take these off if before I touch.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the gloves have got stuff on it too. You gotta,
Oh my god.
yeah, you got to take those off too. Oh man, they're getting through it.
Did you try the ice yet?
Oh yeah, y'all may want to getting some of that ice in there. Is that cooling it down at all?
I think that cools it down. Like at first,
It seems
but
like
water's supposed to spread, makes it worse.
It seems like it is kind of somewhat settling right now. Like you all, I mean, I'm guessing there's still
It's
heat,
steady.
but
not,
it's
I don't feel it getting worse.
it's not
Yeah,
building
but
anymore.
It's kind of plateaued.
Would you all take another bite?
Well, I can't because I threw it into the milk that's now curdling.
Gross looking.
Would I take another bite?
Yeah, no, yeah. Would you?
Having not eaten it, I would be like maybe in the future I'd be willing to bite it and maybe chew the amount I bit up.
Oh,
and
Keith,
swallow it.
your forehead is sweating.
Oh, bro.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
It's glistening.
Your glasses are almost fogging up.
Yeah.
It's okay. I like hot things. I know Sean doesn't
I'm
normally
shaking.
eat hot stuff.
Like when I go to drink my milk, I'm shaking.
I eat hot things all the time. And I've had a ghost pepper, which is the third hottest pepper in the world. My voice is, I can hear it.
Yeah.
it's raspy.
It's on my lips.
Oh, it's just staying there.
Well, the lip balm didn't help. You all said that.
That's bullcrap.
Actually, I don't know. I feel like it made me worse if I didn't.
Well,
have
which
the
was
lip
better,
balm.
the lip balm or the lime? Which was better?
I mean, none of it makes it go away for long.
When you stop
it's
drinking,
just like
if you stop drinking,
the
stuff,
minute there's
it's
no
like-
longer something in your mouth, it's just done.
Well, and I was gonna say, is it going past and like getting in your stomach?
no.
Is it
my
just?
throat, though.
Yeah, I
Oh.
got it. Like it hasn't gone past like this point.
You
here.
got a little bit in your beard there.
Uh,
Keith. A little bit
God,
of
milk.
Milk.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, describe a little bit more if you can.
If you quit drinking, it
gets
a lot
worse?
Yeah, it's getting more intense now that I
So
quit
really,
drinking.
the milk is what you need. You
So
got to
just
keep
keep
drinking.
going. I think if you did it with no milk at all, no
oh,
way,
you would
man.
never survive.
No
I would
way.
never.
It's making me cry. There's no way. I can do it.
Oh my god! Imagine eating the whole thing. And I may work myself up to that one day, no promises. But I wanted to make sure I started a new job, and I can't miss any days the first 6 weeks. So I just wanted to make sure I lived through this. Maybe next time when I'm not on like a new hire probation, I'll try the
Yeah,
whole day.
then you won't. Yeah.
Because like I said, I'm more used to eating hot stuff. I grow the Reapers, habaneros, anchos, jalapenos. I've tried ghost pepper before, which is the third hottest. I've never tried a Trinidad scorpion, which is the second hottest.
Okay,
But after
okay.
this, I don't really feel like I need to.
Well, I was gonna say, would you? I mean, I would like. It's gonna be sad because I don't really have a say in this
Yeah.
because I'm just a pansy. But I will say that I kind of want you to try the Trinidad Scorpion.
Oh, I would.
Just to compare.
Yeah, to compare 'em?
You know how
Well,
bad
after-
this one is compared to.
After doing this, it's kind of like,
Oh, that hurt.
oh, God.
Yeah, the burp hurt.
It hurt.
That was, yeah. Yeah, that was really hot. It's still hot, but I think I'm just learning to, like, deal with it now.
It's just when you take a drink, it's like relief.
Yep.
And then after it starts to
My
go
nose
away,
is running now, and
the
I'm, like,
pepper comes
getting
back.
phlegm in my throat from my nose draining.
Oh, and then that has the heat on it too.
Yeah.
God,
Well, guys, don't worry. We just started the show and we're 15 minutes in.
that's not bad.
So you've only got about maybe 10 more minutes of this.
I have to make another shout out. Nathan Curry's father is watching.
Oh,
And Nathan himself wanted to join us and do this.
he did.
So I'm hoping another time, because I have plenty more peppers on my bush.
We'll film it.
He can. And
We'll
I just,
do like
I just
a-
want to state that for Harry Curry that your son really wants to do this, and I hope he can join us
Well,
another time. and
Keith,
do
tell
it.
us about the times when we went to Steak and Shake, and you and Nathan would try this pepper challenge at Steak and Shake.
Well, I mean, if they don't carry. Well, first of all, Steak and Shake doesn't exist, but in like one location in Louisville now. But they used to keep those jars of peppers on the tables, and I can't even keep my eyes open at the moment. And you're supposed to like. They have the jar sealed. You pop it open, and you're supposed to pour the juice out into like your chili, your salad, whatever. And
It's just great to hear your description of Sean is in pain.
It's
I think
terrible.
maybe talking helps.
well, I think
I didn't spit mine out as quick as you did.
Oh, my
I think he kept it
goodness.
in his mouth longer. Yeah,
It's terrible.
it is. My gums.
Is
have,
it just?
like,
Is
this-
it throbbing?
Yeah,
My gums
lips,
are.
I can feel my heart.
My gums feel like this swollen.
Supposedly, if you swallow it, it's supposed to give you the hiccups, like
Yes.
uncontrollable
I
hiccups.
read that like it constricts like your diaphragm and something like in the nerves in your lungs, and it makes you
I could see
hiccup.
that. I could
And
feel
then
it.
as you digest it, it burns in your stomach,
Oh,
which is
gosh.
this is why I didn't want to swallow it, because I read about all this, and everybody who's ever eaten it has said the same thing. But it gets to your stomach, it sits in there and burns for, up to, it could be as long as 8 hours, however long as it takes your stomach to
my
digest
God.
it,
8
and then you
hours.
gotta pass it, and it hurts coming out.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Are y'all looking forward to the back end of this?
A lot of,
didn't
well,
swallow it,
we didn't
so-
swallow
Well,
it, so
okay,
hopefully
true.
it won't be as. That's why I didn't swallow it, is because a lot of people get like pretty much uncontrollable diarrhea, and we can't have that at work tomorrow. We won't. They,
I mean, if you ate something right now, would you be able to taste it, or are your taste buds just
I
shot?
don't think so. I can't taste the milk.
Yeah, I
As
don't
you're
taste-
drinking it.
It's cold
I
and
mean,
it feels good, but
yeah, it's cold. It feels good. I don't taste.
Which was
nothing.
better, the ice or the milk?
the milk.
The milk's better.
The ice sucks.
I'm just looking at. This.
Oh my gosh! I'm looking in that bucket.
It's curdled. Do you see it?
How
The milk,
nasty.
the milk, the pep. It's just that one half of the pepper sitting
It
in
really
the milk,
is.
and
It's
it's
curdled the
curdling.
milk.
It's so hot, it's curdling the milk.
Oh, that's gonna make me.
Like I would show
He's
it on
about to
camera, but
vomit.
it's really disgusting. It's very disgusting.
We don't want to gross out our viewers, I guess, that much.
Oh my god.
Maybe we'll save that for a pick
Here's
later.
So
here's what I read online, and I think it actually. I was hoping it would be true for me, and I think it kind of is. Is a lot of people that eat hot stuff like all the time, like I do, and really love hot stuff, get like a runner's high.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I first been into it, like the first thing that happened wasn't the heat, but was this enormous head rush. And I think that really helped me, because it was kind of like this, hey, I feel euphoric. And then all of a sudden, now it's really hot. So
He was like, as soon as I bit into it.
no, I just
It
feel like I
was.
got raped.
Oh my god!
Violated.
Braden did point out, he's like, imagine what's happening like in your stomach, like when you eat it, and yeah, and
Oh
it's
my
like, I
gosh.
mean, imagine the milk's curdling in the bucket. Can you imagine that sitting in your stomach and curdling everything that enters your stomach? Like
Ugh.
that's why people have so much digestive issues doing it, because it's that hot.
I mean, in your all's mindset, even though you haven't done it, would you think this is worse or the
I
actual?
brought these as well.
Oh no, hold them over a little bit more.
The
No,
Tums?
over more.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, there-
sorry.
yeah.
I forgot we were split screen. Yeah.
There you go.
Tums.
So-
I actually right now don't feel like I need those, but
You think you will later though?
I don't. We'll find out.
Do you? Here's the thing though. Do you think this was worse or the chip challenge? Because the chip challenge, it's got a bunch of different things in it, right? The
Done that.
the Diablo.
Okay,
what was it again?
You talk about the
I forget what it's called. The Pocky.
Pocky
Yeah.
chip challenge.
Yes.
That is it's Carolina Reaper.
Okay.
It's not quite.
It's just the dust. It's
yeah,
like a dried
it's
out.
the dust. From my understanding, it's not quite as hot as an actual whole pepper.
Yeah.
It's but it's still pretty dang close. It's like around 1 million, 1.5 million on the Scoville scale. Actual pepper is around 2 million. So
you
it's-
all just
it's
bit into
slightly-
the actual pepper.
Yeah, we bit into the actual pepper.
Because the challenge too is to actually
My
not
nose
only
is like
is it water and
I'm
stuff.
choking on snot.
Do you all need like paper towels or something?
that might help.
Yeah, hold on. I
Just
don't
blow
have any
my nose.
tissues.
Like I'm trying not to let it come out my
Y'all
nose.
keep
so
talking.
all
I gotta
can-
run and get
all
paper
I can
towels.
do is like hock it up and spit it in the bucket, or
Still just watching Sean is like, he's.
It's just not like getting any better.
no. It's just kind of.
It just every time I stop drinking, it builds. But
It builds.
drinking's making me want to puke.
Neil said Sean is having a religious experience right now.
That's what it
It's
looks
not.
like.
Everything, like my
not.
whole head feels hot.
It's just all throbbing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you know.
I'm sweating.
yeah,
My
no, I
armpits
mean,
are wet.
I feel the sweat, and whew, it's like being in a sauna, but there's no sauna. I'm gonna do some more lime juice real quick.
I'll try it again too. Oh God.
It feels good.
Oh my God.
It feels really good.
Can you taste that?
No. I didn't taste anything, but it felt good.
Well, if you all need any
Let me have
paper
some of
towels,
those. Yeah.
All right, here you go. Here you go. There's some.
I hope everybody is enjoying this.
the pain that you all are in. I mean, we're still gonna have a show too.
Oh yeah.
This
no.
is not the whole
This
show.
is not the whole show. This is just our vices segment.
This. Hey, we debated on doing it at the end.
Oh God.
I think here's the thing.
Can I have a paper towel, please?
Yeah, oh yeah. I think doing it at the end, we wouldn't have
I don't think it would have been nearly as.
I just spilt milk.
You didn't spill the trash can,
I
did
didn't
you?
even feel it.
Don't spill
It's like
milk.
running down my face, and I didn't even feel it.
There is milk running down your face.
Or your face is
My
numb.
lips are numb.
Oh.
Like just throbbing, but numb.
Oh man.
This is terrible.
And you have Keith. How many more of these peppers do you have? You had like 3 of them growing, right?
I have the one that I brought. I'm pouring more milk. I brought that one, but I still have I still have 3 that are ripe
I looked at
at
it
home, and a bunch more on the bush. So I have plenty to cook with. I'm really excited to cook with them.
I ain't coming over your house.
I was gonna say you put that in some chili
well,
this
here's the
fall.
When you cook with it, it dilutes it, and you don't use the whole pepper in your cooking unless you just really like that heat. So, I mean, it'll be hot, but...
I mean, I am glad we did this at the beginning of the show because, truthfully, I just want to see how you can carry on and how it
do we
subsides.
need to go ahead and...
Yeah, we can go ahead
No.
roll the
You all
review.
tell me when you're ready. Because
I mean, we can go.
You-
Like,
okay, do
it's
you-
not going... Like, we got to go at some point, and right now it's like it's now or never, I guess.
right now it's now or never.
I mean...
He's digging in the trash can.
Don't dig
what'd you
through your
do?
cottage
Oh,
cheese.
gosh.
Oh, you
Oh.
can see the curdled milk on it.
I'm
It
gonna eat
looks
that.
so
I can't
that-
do it.
Oh, you're gonna make me throw up. Look at you like act like you're gonna lick that curdled milk. Yeah.
Oh,
it does.
gross.
It looks like cottage cheese in that bucket. It's disgusting. I never thought there'd be something so hot that it would curdle milk just sitting in the bucket like that. That's crazy. Oh,
I mean, I just think it's
Like,
fun.
why did God even make this?
God didn't. We crossbred those.
See? That's what happens when man tries to do it
Humanity-
their own way.
The hottest naturally occurring pepper in the world is the habanero, and that's only like 50.
That's nothing.
That's like 50,000 on the Scoville scale. Everything hotter than that, man,
They're
crossbred.
literally trying to crossbreed these till somebody dies. That's what they're trying to do.
The guy that made these, Ed, I think it's like
God.
Curie or something like that. Apparently, he's working on a pepper that's even hotter than this. I'm like, the man's insane.
I mean, is there
What's
any?
he gonna do with it?
Well, is there any study as to what is truly the hottest pepper that you can stand? Like before you physically either get ill or it kills you? I mean, I guess it varies
There
depending
is
on the person.
I don't know the amount. I looked it up. You can overdose on capsaicin, which is what makes the pepper hot. But you'd have to eat it said 6 pounds of Reaper peppers to overdose.
Oh wow, okay.
So and nobody I can't I
Because
can't even
I mean,
eat
I'm thinking of
one,
okay, you think of Dumb and Dumber when he eats. He's got the.
Is it getting a little better? Sean looks like he's calming down, son.
a little bit.
I'm having
My
some,
throat still hurts.
I'm having some regurgitation.
Y'all are not
It's-
really. Keith threw most of his milk here. You're about half a gallon.
I didn't drink it. I've been swishing
Spitting
it, spitting
yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got
Which
Dumb
has
and
really
Dumber
helped.
with the ulcer, the guy with the ulcer, and it's like anything hot
See, that's
will
my
upset it.
problem Right now is I've got
They can
this hot-
cause digestive
coming up.
problems. They can cause ulcers.
I've got these hot.
There was one man I read. He ate one and had a migraine for 5 days.
Oh my god!
It was
It's terrible.
He ate the whole pepper and it was so hot that it constricted the blood vessels in his brain and stuff.
Oh my god!
So he had, I forget what it's called, the type of migraine he had, but it lasted for he had to be hospitalized.
Why would you
because-
do that to yourself? Why? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Neil asked, does it actually have flavor? Actually, yes.
Well, yeah. What would the flavor
It
profile
is a little
be?
sweet
I
when you
will
bite
agree
into it. It
that
is.
right at first it was like
Sweet.
it was like the forbidden fruit. And then
It's like this really sweet pepper that tastes really good, and then it decides that it hates you.
no,
Well,
it's like it's pure sin.
I mean that's crossbred right there.
I
It's,
don't
it
feel like
is.
that milk's sitting well in my stomach
Yeah,
right now.
that's my problem right now. Is like
The milk.
it is inside my mouth is not that intense anymore, but my lips are still really bad.
My lips burn.
and it's
Yep.
starting to come back up.
Yeah.
Like everything that I've drank, we probably should just spit everything out.
My stomach feels.
I mean, are you gonna try to force yourself
Get
to
those
vomit?
tums. Let's get them tums.
Oh yeah. My stomach feels really bloated right now. There's still a little bit of heat in my throat, but it's mostly like Sean said, just on the lips right now.
Yeah.
I hate that word, by the way.
What?
Bloated.
Bloated.
You said it again.
And I still feel like my head's stuck in like this 200-degree box.
It's hot.
It's
Yeah.
It felt like it was outside earlier, humid.
Not really humid. It's like
It's just
a radiant heat.
It's muggy.
Like it's
And just-
radiating out of my face.
Okay, just a dry hot heat.
Yeah.
But yeah, Neil asked about the flavor. So let you know, Neil, it is very sweet until it decides that it wants to murder your tongue.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, you all are troopers. I'm telling you. I'm giving it to y'all. I'm glad you all are doing it. I'm not. I wussed out right away, but I'm just glad that you all took the hit.
I will say the pepper that we ate
Yeah.
Yeah.
over at Brian's house, what was it called? The pearl?
The pearl.
Black pearl?
Yeah.
That one hit
Immediately.
as soon as it popped in your mouth.
It hit.
Like it's like a little BB.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as
I
it
described
bursts
it
in
like-
your mouth,
like-
it hits
yeah.
fast.
Okay.
This one just like, when I bit into it, I was kind of like,
Nothing.
it's not that bad. And then it just builds like
Yeah.
Yeah.
really quickly. But it is going away now.
I do feel like I'm good on allergies for about a week.
So it just
Like,
clears your sinuses.
Everything in here, like
Just-
I think this is the clearest I've been able to breathe in my entire life.
That's all, yeah, so screw Allegra. You don't need that at
That's
the
actually
beginning
what
of
I do
the
take as
season.
Allegra. So yeah.
Not anymore.
Just like do that every morning when you wake up. Drive to work like that. Just like drive to work screaming at everybody.
I'm gonna admit I kind of have a little bit of a headache.
Oh no, are you gonna? That's what we don't know yet, are the after effects of this.
Yeah, we'll
now,
let
granted,
you know
all
next
didn't
week.
swallow it; you just bit into it.
Yeah.
But the fact is we don't know how your stomachs are gonna settle, beyond what you've already
I'd like to
incurred.
think maybe one weekend where I can recover like the whole weekend, like maybe
We'll eat one.
like
we'll
stay in bed
maybe we'll just
the
like
whole
like
weekend.
chew a whole one up or whatever, and like do like the full on real thing.
Yeah.
And then describe it. Yeah.
Does Red Moon have your permission to film that?
To feel,
If it
yeah.
happens?
No, I mean I'm going to do it for Red Moon. Sure. I mean,
I'm just saying, if it's off camera, it's like.
but I think I
Okay.
mean we've wasted almost
Are-
a half hour of the
yeah,
show. Yeah.
We're good. Okay,
We're good.
so we're
Yeah.
ready to actually to move on to the show,
Yep.
to the
Yeah.
rest of the show.
Yeah.
So I'll let you all continue to recover.
I'm gonna lean back while we.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and toss it for your all's sake to our review for this week. That's right, we've got another Best Picture review. While these guys continue to try to recover and let probably the most profane words
Sorry.
come out off camera. So here is our review for this week, which is The Lost Weekend.
Theaters are poised to finally reopen. As the Red Moon crew anticipates returning to the cinema at last, we continue on with our review of Best Picture winners. Approaching the end of the Academy Awards' second decade, we have seen some truly legendary films. We have also seen many undeserving Best Picture winners as well. This week's Best Picture review brings us The Lost Weekend. Directed by Billy Wilder and starring Ray Milland, and while it won't keep you from yearning to finally get back in the theater, it is another step back in the right direction for the Academy, even if a bit of a feeble one. Ray Milland plays Don Burnham, an aspiring writer fighting alcoholism. Set to go on a weekend trip with his brother, Don's girlfriend Helen, played by Jane Wyman, shows up with concert tickets. Don convinces his brother and Helen to go together while Don does his best to procure liquor behind their backs. The film follows Don on his journey through alcoholism and his dream to beat it and write a novel about his battle with being an alcoholic. Showcasing the lows Don is willing to go to just to get a drink, he risks hurting those closest to him, but the support of his friends and loved ones just might set Don on the straight and narrow. The Lost Weekend does something that many Best Picture winners so far, outside of historic films, have not, and that's tackle a serious subject matter while lending actual weight and severity to the issue being displayed. Don's struggle with being an alcoholic, while still speckled with some camp, is handled seriously and with thought put into the film's production. From a unique soundtrack using a theremin to showcase Don's drunken state, likewise the cinematography, while not special in most cases, does create the first use of a character walking in a stupor as time passes, again showcasing Don's alcoholism. While technically the film is decently done,
These minor touches add a little something more, helping to promote the film's themes. Sadly, outside of these unique innovations, the film is fairly par for the course. While the serious subject matter of the film is appreciated in a long line of poor Best Picture winners, it still isn't quite the timeless classic a Best Picture winner should be. Its pacing is a definite improvement to previous winners, and its storytelling, too, is more modern, though still not quite at the apex Casablanca hit. Ultimately, it is a good film and worth seeing, but even the acting, again strong at times, just isn't consistent throughout to truly warrant that title of Best Picture. The Lost Weekend definitely has a good message and strong themes aided by smart filmmaking, but it just doesn't quite hold up as well as previous winners, though it is still better than many others before it. It deserves a place in film history, but maybe not quite as a Best Picture winner. I give The Lost Weekend 3 out of 4 stars.
There it is, a movie about alcoholism and more vices for this week.
Sean, your mother wants to know if she taught you anything.
She taught me the F word. That's for sure. And once again, I will say I told the guys off camera that I try to refrain from using language on the show.
Yeah, of course.
But that one really slipped out with a lot of other things. I think I actually pissed a little bit. It was intense. It was like a reaction.
I think for all the things that we've ever done on this show, that was probably the one time that it was warranted.
Yeah.
If anything,
My
you're gonna.
mom said that the faces we were making were hilarious.
We're the best.
She said she thought for a moment you might have been like you were gonna have a heart attack. I was like, no.
I think the best part is truthfully, yes, it was Keith describing most of the event, and then Sean is just in thriving pain. He is in pain over there.
I couldn't describe it that well.
No, we felt
I don't
it.
even know that I described it that well. I was just I was speaking nonsense. I was just like trying to get words out.
I really wish there was something you could do for your lips. Like that's
Yeah.
the worst part right now.
It's
Is
just
my lips
the
are
lips are
still
just
on
throbbing.
fire. Yes.
Well, actually, I don't know if I want to do it
No,
now.
'cause
don't
I
wanna
wiped it on there,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want to
Yep.
contaminate my chapstick. I don't know what to do. Anyways, we have a movie
I was gonna say,
to review.
well, you all said we were ready to move
yeah,
on.
yeah.
So
Yep.
yes, we have a movie. That's right, Keith.
The Lost Weekend
3 out of 4 stars.
that I gave 3 out of 4 stars. I'm trying. I can't even remember who directed the dang thing now.
It was
Wilder.
Wilder, not William Wyler,
Billy
but
Wilder.
Billy Wilder. Yeah.
Yeah.
That it's crazy that both of them were. Granted, William Wyler's way more highly acclaimed than Billy Wilder, but Billy Wilder was still he was still noteworthy.
That's
back
how
then.
not knowledgeable about these old movies that I am, because I was just like, oh, cool. They started calling him Billy later.
Yeah. So you thought it was the
just thought
same
it was
director.
the same guy.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
2 different men. But I will say this was still. It was definitely much better than last week's and so many other Best Picture winners. I just wasn't as impressed. Still coming off of Casablanca
Right.
and I mean it was definitely better pace. Still more modern. The fact that they this is not over there.
This is what
Yeah.
I love about this. This
Sorry.
is honestly going to be one of the best shows, not just because of the beginning of it,
But throughout,
to
yeah.
really show how the effects of it wear on you throughout the rest of the show.
We're just gonna
That's what I love, because
One of
I
this-
don't mind it. I want to hear the
I
pain
have this,
seeping through
I
every
want
part
you
of
to
you.
do it.
No, I
want you
refuse.
to
Have you
do
ever
it.
had
Nope.
inflamed lungs?
No, I haven't.
I have
Oh.
I had to take some medicine for it because
Oh my gosh.
the whatever it's called around the layer around your
The
lungs. or whatever,
GERD.
It gets no. It's like a lining of tissue around your lungs that can get inflamed or whatever. And it kind of burns. I kind of have that sensation in my chest right now.
Okay.
It's not heart problems, but just this whole hot irritation.
I mean, is
in
it still
there.
in your head?
No, yeah, my head still feels like I'm 200 degrees.
And then it's still you got a headache.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do have a headache.
Both of you.
I don't have a throbbing headache, but my head, the back of my head is hot. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Because I've got short hair, so it should be cool back there. But it's hot. My neck is hot.
I'm really glad I have my hair in a ponytail right now because if it was down around my face, I'd probably be I'd probably be taking that knife and trying
We
to hack
probably
it
would have
off.
seen. We probably would have seen sweat dripping.
Dripping,
from,
yes.
from your hair.
Anyways, Lost Weekend.
Yeah. Back on this
I
movie.
appreciated the serious subject matter that it tackled. The fact that it dealt with alcoholism and like I said, in my review, outside of like historic films, you didn't see any like Best Picture winners like taking on like any really serious matter. It was more like romantic comedies and stuff like that. And the fact that this movie like tackled something like that, Sean mentioned it when we were next door. Subject matter that back then, people didn't think nothing of drinking and smoking, and
Right.
It was kind of the hip thing. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it was in like watching Mad Men. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
always drinking
Well,
or
and
smoking.
honestly, I'm
It's
glad
just
you
like-
brought that up. That was actually the first thing that I thought of was how true to life Mad Men was, because that's all they're doing in every scene is drinking or
Yep.
smoking.
Yeah.
And so, of course, this plays it up like, yeah, that is the norm. And of course, even one of the bartenders kind of makes a joke about the whole, oh, you've been on this bin since, Prohibition days.
Yeah.
And, the fact that they brought that up was historical. I thought the one particular thing this movie did well, I agree with the 3 out of 4 stars. It's not one of my favorites of this era, but one thing it did really, really well was the buildup of how gradually he spun out of control
Yep.
and how he continued to go down just a little bit worse and a little bit worse and a little bit worse of a path of not just the drinking, but what he was willing to go to in the midst. Now,
I was just-
he's having a
Yeah, I
moment.
know.
I was zoned out there for a
watching him.
minute. Honestly, I was listening, but I was not. Yeah.
He was in
Here's
La
the
La
thing.
Land.
I
That
honestly was continuing to talk. I was trying to drag it out because I was like, I'm going to give him a moment. I'm going to just give him a moment
I was like,
to get through this.
Put the camera on Keith. Put the camera on Keith.
I think it's going to be like this through the whole episode.
I feel really warm. It's like somebody took like a heated blanket and wrapped it around me.
It's like you crawled back in the womb.
It's not like
Feel
when
like
I
you're
go
in
I
home,
feel like
mother's-
BB.
feel like you're in your mother's birth canal.
Yeah.
when I go home tonight, I'm like cranking my AC down to like 65 degrees.
That's true. I probably should crank it down even more. It's about 67.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
But
like
I,
when
I'll
I
probably
walked
crank
in,
it down more.
when I walked in
Yeah.
from outside, I thought it felt amazing, and the
Yeah.
fact that now it feels so warm
Yeah,
in
it's
here,
hot.
it's like I know it's not actually hot in here, but
Yep.
I feel like it's hot in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. It's just gonna.
It's like those days when you had no AC.
Oh gosh, can you
Yeah.
all imagine doing this challenge?
Oh God,
with no AC and
No.
it being like 90 degrees in here. He's just sucking on ice.
Oh, that's good. It helped.
Anyways, I gave it 3 out of 4.
I gave it 3 out of 4 as well.
I liked the subject matter. I liked the movie. I did feel like there were parts that just didn't quite live up to like the timeless nature of a Best Picture winner. I liked the acting for the most part, but then there were other parts where I felt like
Right.
were still a little like campy-ish.
I didn't know this
which
either, but
happens
the
throughout-
actress who plays his I guess his main love interest, the one who sticks with him throughout, was actually Ronald Reagan's first wife.
Oh, wow.
I
So
did
believe it or
not
not,
know
I
that.
didn't know it
Yeah.
till my mom had mentioned it because I was telling her the movie we were going to review. She told me that, and I was like, "Oh, that's an interesting tidbit."
Sean's over here nodding at me, and I'm like, yeah, I just feel like this.
It's just is it going just down your neck now?
Yeah.
Sean, what do you think about the film?
Actually, I gave it 3.5.
Oh wow, okay, you really liked
Yeah,
it then.
I told Keith earlier that the only thing that ticked off a half star for me was the end. I thought the end was very rapid. Like,
Yeah.
there was just this great, like you said, you see the downward spiral of the guy. I'm sorry, my lips are like numb. You see the downward. I don't know if I'm like, if words are coming out right or not. Like, I just can't tell.
He's like losing
It's like
train
when
of
you
thought.
go to the dentist and stuff, and you're not sure.
Making sure, yeah.
But I liked the downward spiral. Again, it tackled a subject matter that was probably not that controversial back then. I would have thought the movie showing the negative aspects of alcohol was probably controversial just because it was something that everybody was doing.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really a you even see it when he's in the nut house or the rehab facility or whatever. You can really tell that it's kind of like the people that are there, most of them are the homeless people and the gutter rats.
Yes.
And there's not a lot of more sophisticated people there.
Right.
It's the kind of people that you would imagine that would be scrounging around for alcohol.
Yes.
And here's this guy, and he's looking around and seeing all these insane people around him that are going through withdrawals.
Well, see, and what
And
I
it was
loved
just-
about it was his reaction to, like, I'm not like one of them.
Yes.
But he was on
Yeah.
the cusp of becoming one of them.
Well, then later in the film, you see him start to have visions and stuff like that.
Yes.
And that was a really creepy scene, especially for back then. It was
Yeah.
borderline horror movie.
Yeah, it was.
But I thought the acting in the movie was pretty superb from the main character.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with
the
that.
bartender was awesome, but his brother was one of the worst actors in the movie.
Agreed.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I was like, come on, man, you can give it better than that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Which
But-
thankfully he's not in it much.
But yeah, the end of the movie was really quick, and it just did not. I needed about 10, 15 more minutes. This movie was about an hour and 45 or something like that.
Yeah.
Where everything else we've seen has been in the 2+
Yes.
hours, and I really felt like this is one movie that they could have
Extended.
drugged the ending out a little bit to about a 2-hour mark. And I mean, he goes from getting ready to shoot himself to I'm going to quit alcohol and write my novel now.
Yeah.
And it's all
especially
because
he had
of
already been there
yeah,
before.
and
yeah.
it's all because of a 30-second speech that
Right.
his girlfriend gives, and I'm like, how many years has she been given that speech?
Right.
And now
Why
it's
is
finally
it
wor-
now
yeah,
all of a
it's
It's,
sudden?
just-
it's the first time she's thought to tell him those words. Okay,
I don't know.
I like the
No,
sentiment.
I
of-
agree. I thought it wrapped up
Yeah.
too quickly as well.
I agree.
Yeah.
It wrapped up too quickly. I did like the sentiment that she gave him of like, no, like the alcoholic you and the writer you are both you. Like he's like, I'm two people, and she's
Yeah.
like, no, they're both you, and like him accepting that is how he got over
see,
that alcoholism.
And this is what's funny
Which-
too is oh sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just
Continue.
saying. Which I mean, I got that. Like that's how like it motivated him to get past it. But I agree, it just happened too quickly, and it's like you never thought to like tell him this stuff like
before
Earlier.
yeah, after
Yeah.
6 years of
Yeah.
going through this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
see, one thing I actually thought too that was a slight issue was, for one, I thought the content of alcohol, which I know back then would have been a much more serious matter. I was a little bit taken aback by like the insanity ward and then them showing some of the people who were seeing things. And I was like, I immediately likened it to something you would see now with like drug addiction.
Yeah.
And it to me made more sense. I do understand, like, even from, you know, my own family history and what alcoholism can do. Not my immediate family, but back in the day. And so it's like, I do understand from that perspective that, you know, this is how people were taking it seriously back then. This was kind of maybe the first movie that would have showcased how serious a problem this could be. But I also just, maybe it's the futuristic part of me that maybe there's still, I'm trying to give y'all moments,
I'm
man.
sweating. You go ahead.
But no, I also think there was like the maybe the modern part of me that saw this movie heading in a different direction. From the moment he sat down at the bar talking about, you know, the book that he wanted to write and you know how it all started in their relationship, I thought he was going to tell, you know, they were setting it up for, there's two perspectives here. There's the real him that's the book, and I thought, oh, maybe he's telling this to the bartender, and at the end of the movie he realizes everything, he's lost everything when he sees that the bartender went off and wrote a story about this guy who came into there and told him all about his life story. You know, I thought it was going to have some kind of twist
Maybe
like
it
that.
should have.
Listen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just made up a better movie.
yeah, you're being too smart.
I'm taking it down
for
to
them
3
back
stars
there.
now.
I just love that you all are still like in pain.
Feeling it.
Lethargic.
It's getting better.
is-
I
I mean-
feel like I'm getting better. Yeah.
It's better, but I still just feel so freaking warm.
yeah.
You were, I mean,
so warm, dude.
Yeah.
I feel you're stoned or something.
He's having that euphoric moment
Yeah,
that
I
everybody's
just-
talking about. I didn't
I
have
just love how
nothing.
every time I go on like a rant and I start talking, I just see you all like,
I think it's
this
because
is our moment. Let's
as
breathe.
we sit here and don't move or talk, it builds.
It comes.
back.
It's
It
kind of
comes
like
back.
like you have like
As soon as I start opening my mouth and just letting air in and everything, it seems to.
Well, heck, will chugging milk during those times, will that help?
well, I don't want to chug milk because I
I
don't,
don't
want to throw
feel
like
like
it.
it. Yeah, that's-
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't,
mean-
I don't want to touch milk for a week now.
You've
So,
had enough.
I've
You've
had
had
way
your
too
fill.
much.
Yeah, it's
All right, guys.
sitting in my stomach like it's sitting in that pail over
What,
there.
what about
Just-
the cinematography though? Did you
Yes.
notice
loved
some
it.
of the awesome shots in the movie? The freaking eyeball shot and
The part
there
where it
was
zooms in on the glass,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
it keeps going, and then it
Yes.
turns in.
Yeah, there
That
was
was-
some really
yeah.
fantastic
Some
shots.
of the works of cinematography are like the first, like the whole like passage passage of time while he's walking around. And, like, that's the first use of that in any movie ever. Like, I mean, that becomes a trope. You see that in other movies.
Oh,
but,
cool!
yeah.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, that's the first time it was used. I mentioned in my review the theremin because you mentioned like that horror movie vibe.
Yeah.
That's the first time a soundtrack ever used the theremin, which a lot of horror movies and stuff, because it gives it that ominous
Amelia watched
tone
this with me,
stuff.
and she couldn't stand the music. Like I felt like it was really loud and intense for this subject matter.
Yeah.
It felt like horror movie music, and I really it kind of was off-putting to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that towards the end of the movie, as you start to see him lose control, that's when it fit better for me than towards the beginning.
I agree. But yeah, actually, they do use. And I can't think of a great example right now, but they're like horror films have used like the theremin in a lot of their scores because it gives you that like.
I think it's in War of the Worlds.
Yeah, I think so. I think you are right about
like
that.
But there was one shot that when after he destroys his apartment and then he leaves, when he comes back, there's a shot where the camera's like in the corner and it's behind a lamp that's been knocked over.
Yes.
And you see it from the perspective of like almost like you're hiding behind all the chaos that he left behind.
Yes.
And when he comes through the door, I was just like, that's a very
artistic
creative. Yeah, it's a
way
very
to
creative
showcase
place
that.
to put the camera.
I mean, I
really
love
liked
this scene where he falls down on the bed and then it shows the light.
Yes.
And you see the
bottle reflecting.
Yeah, the silhouette of the bottle.
Yep.
And you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, that was an interesting way to show that.
Yep.
When he walks in and it's from the chaos, and then all of a sudden, like you see the lamp falling over and the light's on and he flips it off.
Yeah.
And just to see the light go off and it attracts your attention to, oh yeah, his entire apartment is
it's ransacked,
completely ruined.
Yeah.
And so I agree. I thought it was definitely a step in the direction of what we've seen from Casablanca. But go ahead. Keith.
I don't know why I didn't even think of this one off the top about Ghostbusters uses a theremin, and it's The Day the Earth Stood Still is one. I was trying to look up. I knew there were.
It
some
sounds
major
like
movies.
those like whining voices.
Yes, the whining.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That's the theremin.
That's the theremin. Yeah. Love it or hate it, it is one of those
It
instruments.
can I think it's used to great effect in Ghostbusters, I will say, but like it can be a good tool if you use it the right way. I feel like you said at the end of the Lost Weekend, it was put to better use because it made more sense.
It's getting
than
Tums.
Tums.
Got to.
They're assorted berries.
Oh yeah, I bet that tastes great with that Carolina Reaper. I bet it tastes so good.
I'm actually can taste it now.
Yeah,
His
I couldn't
taste buds
taste
are
them
back.
before. It was like eating chalk. But I can taste it now.
I'm gonna have a.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna have
try
a red
one
one here. I want a red one because I imagine it's cherry or strawberry, but I don't know.
Guys, I think
Okay.
we talked about this movie.
Yeah,
And we all like it. It's a
No,
good.
you're
It's
right.
another good Best Picture winner,
I can't
and a
taste
great
that.
one for this week with our Vices segment. It just kind of all
Relieves-
ties in together.
relieves heartburn, acid indigestion, upset stomach,
Diarrhea.
and sour stomach.
Oh,
What is sour stomach?
diarrhea.
It's
Oh,
it's when
Nicer
it's
way of
when
putting
milk curdles in your stomach.
It sounds like the exact same things that Pepto-Bismol relieves.
Well, they're both
Basically, this is hard Pepto.
yeah.
hard Pepto.
Hard Pepto.
They're both antacids, so
All right, guys. I think we're ready to move on to our headlines.
I think so.
Okay.
Let's do it. That's right, guys. It's our top stories this week, and we are actually now talking about. Oh, there's.
Nasty, man.
Oh,
It's-
it looked
Here's
bad.
the thing: it's sat over there long enough now that it's mostly solid. The milk in that
Ew.
bucket. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
What?
not liquid anymore. It's mostly solid.
It's like cottage cheese.
it is. It's like cottage cheese.
His is, he spit more milk out than I did. I think I swallowed more of it.
Oh, well, and that's gonna hurt your stomach later.
It's his is gross, dude.
It's nasty.
I think it should,
It's
let's just do it.
gross.
We're late enough in the show.
Don't show it, man.
If you've got a weak stomach, turn away right now.
Don't-
Keith, I'm gonna wait till you get it up to the camera.
Don't look.
You're gonna
if-
have to pour it out to get it up to the camera.
No,
almost.
if
No,
it's
no.
curded. Oh gosh! Oh my God! No! Go back. Go back.
Okay.
Looks like plaster.
It's curdled milk
Hey, you
from
can
that
fix
pepper.
the wall with that.
gross.
That's how hot that pepper is. It curdled the milk in the bucket.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was painful.
I cannot
My
believe
insides.
that.
Yeah, it's like Sean said, it's curdling our insides.
And we didn't even swallow the pepper.
Yeah.
We just swallowed the juice.
I cannot imagine the pain I'd be in all night long if I had
Well,
swallowed.
and can I? I'm gonna let him in on the secret. The fact is you all bit the bottom part of the pepper.
We just bit into the bottom
But-
part. We didn't get too high into the top, but the top part carries more veins and siege, which is actually hotter.
You were saying the veins
Now,
are the hottest
the
part.
veins are the hottest part of the pepper.
So you're saying the
seeds-
next time we do it,
We're gonna have to bite into the top.
we're gonna bite the top,
Top.
instead of the
Yeah.
bottom.
Which I mean, it's like 500,000 Scoville units difference, maybe. Which I mean, is still a lot, but I mean, in
Yeah.
the grand scheme of things, you're talking about like a 2 million versus 2.5 million Scoville unit scale. But no, I'm kind of interested to see just how much hotter 500,000 would.
And when we
be.
looked this up, pepper spray that the police used
Is
was
between,
not
like-
even.
this hot.
It was
Well,
hundreds of thousands.
It's
Like,
well, no, it's hotter, but the low end of pepper spray is about 2.5 million. So it's right at the
Oh,
Carolina
I thought it
Reaper.
was.
To,
I thought it was
to-
ghost pepper. Like ghost pepper was what was in.
Ghost pepper's around 1 million Scoville.
I thought that
units.
was what was in like pepper spray.
They pepper spray. Well, pepper spray
It's
just I think,
cayenne.
is pure. It's the pure capsaicin. The
Huh.
the oil.
But
that
I
makes
thought it was
hot.
like the equivalent to like cayenne or something like that.
I think it just depends. I think like police grade is hotter now.
Oh.
Stuff you get like for home defense, I don't.
I'm
think
just thinking
is.
like well, you're just gonna start seeing them throwing these peppers at like protesters and just like just getting in their eye. Yeah, like, they're just gonna take them out real quick with these. I mean, hell,
I'm gonna
Man.
Google
you
it
could
right
even
now.
just a little bit. Well,
While
you
I-
go
while I
ahead and Google
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
let's-
talk about
'Cause we
pepper
got-
spray is ranged between 2 million and 5.3 million. So
Oh wow, okay. So
So-
really,
So
the
we just put pepper spray in our mouth.
Yes, we
Yeah.
put pepper spray in our mouth.
pretty much. But what we're really gonna do next time then is you all are gonna have to actually put. You're gonna have to take pepper spray to the face.
No.
So that's what we're gonna do in our next
No.
license
No,
plate.
I'm good.
No.
Slowly and surely, the Red Moon podcast becomes Jackass. So
Yeah.
that's what
And
we're
that's when
turning
our views
into.
go up.
Yeah,
It says that capsaicin, which like that,
capsaicin.
capsaicin,
Yeah.
yeah. The oil that it in its purest form is 15 million Scoville units. So like if you were to extract it from the pepper and just have pure
We need to
capsaicin,
get a drop of that.
yeah,
Okay, so what's our headline?
I was gonna say honestly,
we're running close.
Let's do it.
there's
Come
only
on.
one thing that's worse than the pain that you all went through, and
What
that
is it?
is the hypersexualization of preteens.
Sexual,
Hyposexualization.
the hypo,
Hyposexual-
the hyposexula of children cannot be allowed. No, but I agree.
I had to try to think of a segue, and that was the
Wow.
best I could
Yeah.
come up with.
For
in this
those who
split
don't know what
second.
we're talking about, Netflix has a new original.
It's a movie.
Yeah, movie.
Yep.
I thought it was a documentary.
I thought it was a docu series and then a documentary, and then upon further investigation, no, it's a
actual
feature film.
movie.
Yeah.
That basically is about preteens being dressed up and touted in front of like people like they dance and twerk and basically are very hypersexualized in front of adult men.
Basically like child stripper.
Yeah, like a child stripper.
Or a little Cardi B.
They don't get naked. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
But still, it is a kind of well, not kind of. It is a disturbing imagery to see like these little girls like dancing in erotic fashion for grown men, and
Well,
Netflix
and
has come under fire for this.
So this won an actual jury prize for best director
France.
at Sundance, and it ended up getting picked up by Netflix back
Yeah.
then. It was at
Yeah.
January or February.
Oh, that's how they tried to defend it. It's
of course
it's an artsy movie that won Sundance, and they first tried to defend it by saying because people didn't like the poster was very sexualized, and they took the poster down on Netflix and said,
Oh, they
Yeah,
apologized.
they said that poster does not represent the film. We're sorry, you're right. That poster was way too over sexualized.
Well, and here's
and
the
they
thing.
said, but it doesn't represent the movie at all, except for that's exactly what's in the movie.
Well, and here's the
So-
thing. I can understand if a movie's content. I mean, look, we've seen a plethora of movies, and we have no shame here to admit that there are movies that border on the line of promiscuity or something that you should say, okay, this is probably questionable content, but it teaches you in a way a lesson that says, okay, this is not good.
Yeah.
And in some ways, those films are worth seeing. However, I think when you actually have the portrayal of this story, however good it may be, or however demonizing of this behavior it may show in the feature film, the fact of the matter is that when you do have preteens on screen twerking and actually sexualized for adult men, I think what you're really going into is a problematic area with art. And I think you're taking it one step too far. You're going into an area where we're touching on the subject matter that should not even come close to what kids should be involved in.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, if the fact that, people can go out there and proclaim, all your A-list celebrities could proclaim if they wanted to, that porn is art, but yet none of them do it. And so if you're going to want to draw that line between pornography and what films are, and even sex scenes in films, then you got to draw the line of where you say, at what age can kids be involved in this on screen? And I don't care if it was filmed in a foreign country. I don't care what the content matter or the story is about itself. The fact that you have preteen girls on camera in scantily clad clothing and being promiscuous, I think is absolutely the wrong message to send any kind of person who would be sick enough to sit down and watch this. Let's be frank. Whoever sits down and watches this,
I'm sorry,
Sean.
You said let's be frank in this film, like it debuted in France. So I thought that was funny.
But no, it's. I think the disturbing part about this is people are trying to defend it. And it's like I don't care what your defense in the terms of the art world is. People can show the crucifix and piss on it and say that's art, and that's kind of the world we live in now. And that doesn't disturb me because I don't give a damn what your opinion on art is. I do give a damn when it comes into minors who don't have a choice for themselves and who are somehow whether their parents set them up for this and give them permission to be in this role. I think it's sick. And I think it's sick that we have an industry who would support something like this and say that, but you have to look at the essence of the story. Doesn't matter. The fact that you're involving pre-teenage girls on screen and in this content matter is sick and it's disturbing. Yeah. And it should not be something that is allowed. And I think it's awful.
I find it interesting in the article. It says in France, where the film was released, it has stirred no controversy.
Well, of course.
And I'm just like, well, it's France. But it also says that the sight of twerking preteen bodies explicitly designed to shock mature audiences into contemplation of today's destruction of innocence.
So then why don't we it's just it's another word for a snuff film. Right. Why don't we actually show murders on film? Right. Let's show we have film of that. We have movies that are displayed and show the mass murders of Nazi Germany. Why don't we go into a theater and just gleefully watch that and say, "Oh, this is shocking. Shock and awe." It's like, at what point do we have to, as a culture, stamp this out and say we don't even need to entertain the thought?
Well, that's what what's wrong with people that they need something like this to show them or bring a rise to them about the destruction of innocence? Like, that's something that should be built into us.
Yes.
To know that that's wrong. We don't need a movie about this that shows it to tell us that it's wrong. It's like, I don't need a movie about someone dying to know that murder is wrong. Like, I don't.
Yes.
Like, I just, when are we getting to the point where people just don't seriously know right from wrong internally? Like, that's what this movie points out to me. If they're willing to make this with the intention of drawing attention to something like this, that's something that shouldn't even need attention drawn
exactly.
to it.
How are you
it should be automatic.
Exactly. How are you so numb to this content matter that you would even need to see something to shock you?
But then showing this makes us even more numb.
Yes.
Because when we sit and watch it, we're disgusted, but at the same time, we sat through it and watched it.
Yeah.
And it's like we're becoming, they're making us more numb to the wrong.
Desensitized to it.
Yeah,
exactly. And we all know that effect. I mean, every single one of us, I'll be the first person to sit here and defend the rights of video game makers and people who make Grand Theft Auto and violent video games like Call of Duty. And you can sit there and I will say that it does not cause violence. I don't think that seeing a movie like this would necessarily go out and make a pedophile.
No.
But I do think that you have to come down to a point of saying, it's something that you don't even, it's a content you don't even have to impress upon, the human psyche.
For me, where the biggest concern is the fact that it's like, like you said, do I think this is going to make people want to go out and sexualize little girls? I mean, if it does, that person was already sick before they saw the movie.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But the problem is that you have actual little girls in this movie.
Yes.
And it's like, so you had to sexualize those girls in the film.
Yes.
So you're doing what you're saying is wrong. And it's like, that's not fair to those minors who, again, don't really have a say. They're doing what because their parents want that money from the film. They're like, well, you're going to be in this film, honey. It's okay. Do whatever. It's all right. And it's like, they have to go through it and be treated in that manner.
Well, again,
regardless.
it's just they don't know any better.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't expect a minor to know any better. Just like I don't expect a minor to know what to do when they pick up a set of car keys and go out and drive. We make at least here in the U.S., 16 is the age. And it's like, for me, I'm sitting here thinking, these minors don't know any better. Whether they've been set up or propped up to believe that they're creating art or they're creating this different kind of outlook on telling this grim story of what the tale of some people can go down. I don't care. The fact is this, like you said, Keith, it comes down to the very fact that these kids are being subjected to this by adults who are giving the permission of saying, yes, we will agree to you being sexualized in this film. And that's sick.
Yeah, it's
sick.
Even if they say, well, we're doing it to show how wrong it is, it's like, you're still doing it. Like, how can you say, like, that's like saying, I'm going to drink this alcohol to show you how bad alcohol is. I'm going to kill this man to show you how bad murder is.
Right.
It's like, I mean.
Yeah, it's twisted. It's twisted. And I think that's often I think in our shock and awe culture, and especially in the artistic world, that's kind of what we're caught up in. You're constantly caught up in being edgy enough to just be noticeable for that next group to say, well, they're different. They stand apart from everything we've seen before. And that always pushes the bar.
Yeah.
That's culturally what pushes the limit of what we do consume and what we put up with. But I think this is something that I would hope would never become culturally acceptable. And I think it's sad and sick to see that this is now trying to make its way into the mainstream. I didn't think we were at this point.
What blows my mind is like how far it's come from, and I don't know if you guys remember, but about a decade or so ago, it was the little girls that were being dressed up with the hairspray and the makeup and dressed scantily, and they were in those beauty pageants, and people
John
were
Benet Ramsey.
Yes, that's the little girl. I couldn't think of her name.
Honey Boo Boo.
But I'm just like, Honey Boo Boo. No.
Oh yeah.
I know. I couldn't
Yep.
resist.
But
that's
yeah,
the thing.
they were
Where are
putting their
those
kids up
people
on
at?
stage, and it's just like, this is taking that same thing to the next level.
And that's what. And again, I don't give a damn about the content matter and what the message of the movie is. Just like everybody railed against Honey Boo Boo and everybody railed against her mother, and they knew what she was doing. They knew she was making bank off her daughter, and they knew that she was just reaping the benefits of being this white trash woman on TV that people watched for entertainment and laughed at. And it's like, but nobody would disagree that is white trash and that nobody wants to be that way. And yet they laughed all the way to the bank, but yet there's an underlying culture there that supported it. Yeah. And regardless of how many laughs you might have gotten out of it, the fact of the matter is at what point are we going to stand up as a society and say, okay, this is too far. This is the limit we're not willing to go. You have documentaries on the beauty queen pageants or the pre-tween, the not even preteen. They're freaking 11 or not even 11. They're like 8 or 9 year olds that are doing these beauty pageants, and it's absolutely, it is sickening. And we've seen documentaries talking about what these parents put their daughters through and subject their children to, and it is a minor form of child abuse, and it is nasty. And I just wish, the more that we continue to talk out against these films and this subject matter, hopefully enough people do not support this kind of film and give it the time of day. There's much, much more content out there that is worth your time, that tells you better messages, that you can easily look over this film and surpass it.
My headache's starting to.
I think that's gonna do it for us, guys.
I think I figured out. Because the pepper
was.
I realized about halfway through the show that I was clenching my jaw extremely tight. I think because of just the pepper, the heat, and I was like, you know what? I bet if I quit clenching my jaw,
but then it all happens.
Because I think that was what was causing my headache. Was because I was.
Are
just
you
sitting there
tired?
Like, yes.
Like I really do.
I really just want to go home and go to bed.
Like it's. I mean, I really do feel like
it's like. I mean, like your body went through a workout.
Yeah, I feel like my body just fought off like
a virus.
Yeah,
like the Rona.
Not to go there, but yeah.
Maybe we found the cure for Rona. Maybe it's just biting into a Carolina Reaper.
Might do it.
That's it. I think you guys are ready to wrap this up, aren't you? We got one good serious topic in there.
We did.
We had the fun, happy part.
We got the most important one.
I do want to mention one thing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
We have tickets to the New Mutants.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
The first weekend that movie theaters open.
I will
That's
have
right.
a review of that. We're not entirely abandoning the best pictures.
No.
Like, there's
Nope.
still gonna be lulls in films releasing, and we're still gonna do the best pictures in between. And I want to watch all the best picture winners anyway, so I'll probably continue on regardless. But yeah, as new movies release, I can't talk anymore.
Yeah.
As new movies release, I'll be reviewing the new ones. So yeah, we're gonna do New Mutants this upcoming
and
week.
Tenet.
And then we got Tenet.
Tenet's coming
Tenet
out.
is
so.
finally.
Yeah.
It's finally here. Thank
Finally.
God. We're finally
So
getting Tenet.
after New Mutants will be Tenet, and then
Right.
after that, probably a couple Best Picture winners until Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
check our social media and stuff. We'll have some Instagram photos and stuff coming up from the movie theater.
Yeah,
Our first weekend back
actually,
in
I
theaters,
think
and
maybe we'll
see what
post
it's
some
like. We'll have
stuff.
masks on, of course.
We'll let you know.
Well, yeah,
how
we'll be
the-
social distancing.
That's right.
We'll let you know how the theater going experience is now that they're back open. That
Yeah.
should be fun.
Fun times all
I'm
around.
really excited
I
because-
am excited to get back into the theater.
Well, I have a
I
crap
definitely
ton
am.
of free stuff from AMC as a Stubbs member, so I'm excited because like I can
Yeah,
just
your birthday gift.
I
and
got-
Yeah, we all got it.
free popcorn.
We
and Coke
actually
and-
the theaters all closed before we could use our birthday
Yeah.
gift.
Yep.
And
so
usually,
AMC
yeah.
Stubbs A list.
Yeah, usually it only lasts for the month of your birthday. So mine was July. Brandon and Sean both are in June, and usually it expires at the end of that month. But I guess because everything was closed and they realized we couldn't use it, they've given us until the end of October.
And they've given us a $10
plus
credit.
$10. Plus large popcorns and Cokes right now are only $5.
Can't beat that.
So it's like.
Yeah.
And I say only like that's dirt
Yeah.
cheap, but
But
It
for
is
the
cheap
theater,
for
it
But
is.
when you
yeah.
get a free $10 to buy, you can buy a large popcorn and a Coke with it. That's kind of usually I spend like $16 on a medium popcorn and a Coke. So
Yeah.
$10 is pretty
It's crazy.
good. Yeah,
when you really stop
When you think about it, that
it's
is
insane.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
we're just ready to get back to the theater. Looking forward to the New Mutants.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, guys, if you have any other challenges for us, any other
think,
vices
yeah.
you want us to try, you can check out our website, redmoonproductions.com, and you can leave us an email. Boom, right there in the bottom of your screen. RMPodcast at redmoonproductions.
I had a thought, and we could discuss this a little bit more after the podcast. But how possible could we maybe like edit just the Reaper part and
Oh,
then
yeah, and
post
put that
it
on there?
separately?
I
That way,
think
if
we can
anybody
do that.
wants to go back or
There's
if
a
I just
lot
watch-
of pepper challenge videos and stuff on
that
there.
way we could
Yeah.
just have just the pepper
We
part
gotta
of
have
this
our
podcast.
own.
I mean, we'll
Yeah.
have to probably do like the full version and a best of
Yeah.
because it was like 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
We don't
full
have-
It,
challenge
it
was
would
like
surely get boring for some people.
For so- I don't
Those are
I don't
boring for
know.
us.
There's a lot of it that was great.
The entire that was the most I think we've had in our comment section in a while. Everybody was
Well, we've been on
Well,
here,
now
what, an hour? How long? An hour and 7 minutes?
yeah.
And my lips are just now
Getting back to
beginning to stop throbbing.
everything's pretty good except my throat still feels like
It's funny because I've
it's
noticed
like my
that
throat's still raw.
you all are, if you all stop talking though and you just let it simmer,
We zone
Yeah.
out.
then you zone out and
Yep.
it starts to come back up.
Yeah.
So it's not good.
It's like I'm wondering as I lie in bed
It's just funny.
tonight.
I don't know why, but your voice tonight, you sound like Andy Bashir. Like there's just something about it. You're just like, it's just not good.
It's just not good.
It's not good.
You do. You sound just
You
like
gotta
him
wear
right
your
now.
mask.
Can't be doing that.
Can't be doing that.
Wow. Like spot on.
All right,
I think
guys.
we're just running.
I think
Let's
I
just
think
go.
y'all definitely need some rest. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you
Yeah.
all for joining us for our Carolina Reaper Challenge. We definitely hope you all join us again next week, every Tuesday night live here on our Red Moon Podcast, Tuesday nights 9 p.m. Facebook and YouTube. So until next time, I am one of your hosts, Brandon Davidson, alongside our normal new host,
Sean Sebastian.
and
Keith Cheatham.
so I think we will see you at the movies.
Oh my
Yes.
Wow, it's been forever.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. For more reviews, previous podcast shows, and everything Red Moon, visit our website, redmoonproductions.com. You can also like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for Red Moon Productions, LLC. We'll see you at the movies.